All right, I have a lot to say today, and I hope that it comes out in a way that can be understood. So I'm feeling very cracked open right now. I'm feeling like there's a lot of information coming in. I feel like I'm fumbling through being human right now. And it's hard for me to feel grounded at the moment. There's a lot going on. Feeling really cracked open, and I took some notes on things that I want to comb through. And I do this because we're all walking through this path together. And I hope that me sharing some of what is coming up for me will at least make you guys feel not alone as we all try to figure out how to be human together. One of the notes I have here is, you didn't step off the path. I'm part of... Photo Booth does not approve of this message. I'm a part of this beautiful recovery community. One of the beautiful members of this community often talks about this book, The Path is Everywhere, by Matt Licata. And I bought a copy of it. And I'm starting to read through it. I think it's a book that was intended to be read piecemeal and skipped through, and the author says that it's not intended to be a book that is sat down and read all the way through. It's kind of like you pick it up, you get what you need, you close it, and you do life. So I've been exploring this book, and it's beautiful. I highly recommend it. But most of what I've gotten from this book is just grounding myself in the message of the title. The path is everywhere. That's helped me a lot lately. Reminding myself consistently that anything that comes up is part of it. That when different decisions are made or different things come up on your path, nothing is wrong. Like, I think sometimes we can find ourselves doing certain things on our path and we lash ourselves on the back and say, fuck, I stepped off the path. I messed something up. I did something wrong. And now I'm off the path. I'm not doing it anymore. Or something isn't right. I'm not connected to God anymore. I don't feel flow anymore. I don't feel tapped in anymore. I did something wrong. And it's just been such a comforting place to ground myself lately in nothing is outside of the path. Maybe things feel overwhelming or lacking flow or ease. Maybe some things are being triggered up for you after taking certain steps. Welcoming a certain person into your life has cracked you open. in a way that is painful. But you didn't step off the path. There is nowhere else to go. All parts and aspects of this human experience are part of it. Things that we can learn from, things that we can grow through, things that open us up to learning about different parts of ourselves. Nothing is wrong, nothing is out of place. It touches on this idea that I was talking about in my last video of like, there is no thing and there is no place. There is no thing that is going to solve everything for you forever. No one teaching that's gonna smooth everything over for the rest of your experience. No plateau that life is going to reach where nothing is hard anymore. And again, as I'm saying this, it's like, yeah, of course. We wouldn't even want it to be like that. And looking at it in these words, it's like, yeah, of course not. Of course there's not just going to be that place or that thing that's going to solve the human experience. But for me, and I'm sure that someone out there will relate to this, if we're really careful and conscious of what our mind and motivations are doing, there comes instance after instance of us looking for the thing, of us looking for the place. In recovery circles, we say, like, wherever you go, there you are. So, for example, say, I want to quit my job and move to Hawaii. I have convinced myself in my brain that quitting my stupid job and moving myself to Hawaii will solve all of my problems. And sure, maybe it would be amazing and lots of beautiful experiences would come from that. Of course. But as we say in the recovery world, wherever you go, there you are. And if certain things haven't been worked through, attachments, traumas, grief, delusions that there is some kind of thing or place out there that's going to solve the human experience forever, you're going to quit your job and you're going to get to Hawaii, and sooner or later, whether it's 3 days or a few weeks or a couple months into your new life in Hawaii, those same patterns and traumas and griefs and woundedness and unskillful beliefs are going to reappear in Hawaii. And there you are. So how can we start to realize that we're exactly where we need to be at any given moment? And that's I don't have the answers. I'm out here doing this shit too. I'm out here fumbling through the human experience myself. We can start to shine the light of awareness on our unhealthy patterns, traumas, grief, attachments, things that hold us back, things that make it feel unsafe to be here in this moment long enough to realize that everything's fine exactly the way it is. I have a note here that says, rushing through life is rushing toward death. Enjoy life now. It's like, where are we going? Where are you rushing to? Let's try not to goal ourselves into missing life. There's a lot of beauty in being ambitious. There's a lot of beauty in wanting to build a life that feels right for you. But let's not gaze at some date in the future so much that we miss what's going on right now. I caught myself yesterday doing that. Taking myself out of the moment, getting into my head, going, well, what if? And I just took a breath and looked at the flowers that were right in front of me, and I was like, wow, look at those flowers. It's a lot less complicated than we make it. There's so much beauty available to us in this very moment of the human experience. The horrible beauty of it all. The smile of unbearable compassion. Just came into my mind, I feel like we're afraid. I don't know. I can't speak for anybody else, but I think sometimes I'm afraid to come out of my head and into my body because being in my heart just feels so unbearable. I don't know loving another person that doesn't tear me limb from limb. I don't understand how we can love another human being without it ripping our bones out. It's just not my experience. So I think sometimes it's easier to stay up in the world of the mind and just think, all right, well, this is the goal that I got to do, and I got to do these steps to get to this next place and this next place and do these things and figure out these numbers and keep myself in the world of money and goals and material things and looking out here, and because it prevents me from ever having to get into my heart and fall apart. I don't know, man. I'm just sharing with you all some of what has been coming up on my path lately. And trying not to get too up in my head about it. Because I think something is like... It's all information that we can use to make our best life. Like, say you exist up in the head so you don't have to come down into your body and feel your feelings. But there's these things that are crying out for your attention. Grief, trauma, unresolved patternings, wounding, whatever. So you just stay up in the world of the mind so you never have to deal with that stuff, because you know it would drown you. But then we'll always be missing something. Something will always feel a little out of place. If certain things aren't addressed. So that's, I think, why one of my favorite yoga teachers recently said, literally all we have to do is deepen the breath. All the answers will come. All the answers that we're looking for. Because if we just deepen the breath, maybe that information will come out of the heart into our awareness, so that we can say, oh, perhaps it's this wound that's been holding me back in life. And we nurture and give love to those parts of ourselves that have been abandoned and crushed away. And life just gets a little sweeter and softer when that part of ourselves is allowed to drop the weight. Yeah. It's... I guess I feel complete with that for today. It's all part of it. I love you all a lot. I'll see you soon.